Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam yena tasvai Shri Gurave Namaha. Firstly, a blessed festivities to all of you. I would have asked you to ask a question, but every time I ask that, it pained me because you're so enlightened, but my little knowledge will fall on hot metal. So that's why I will not ask you a question. I was thinking, normally I don't prepare anything to talk, I just talk. But just now I was thinking about, what should I talk? This morning somebody wrote to me, sending Merry Christmas, and the person asked me if I like Christmas. I said, there's nothing to not like into it. It's a time, actually, everybody's celebrating. And I wrote, I do like it, because during this time, people become very hypocrite. The hypocrite within come to the surface. Why I say that? Not in a bad way. Actually, the reality is that everybody pretend during this time that everything is fine. Christmas time, because it's remind that Jesus was born, everybody have to become good person during this one night. Everybody have to become very family oriented during this time. To sit around the table with the family as if they have never sit around the table with the family to eat. What a hypocrisy. If that is joy, if that is happiness just for one day, what's the use of that? What's the use of your life just to be throughout the year miserable, and on that particular day itself, you choose to be happy? That is not spiritual life. That is not a life which God have given you to come here and celebrate only once a year, to be happy with your family only once a year. Happiness must be in your life each moment. There's many kind of people, We have encountered so many kinds of people in our life. Some people come on the spiritual path for the right reason, because they want to elevate their soul, they want to realize themselves, they want to grow spiritually. They want that knowledge. They want to be, in essence, who they are. Some people come for their body need. They come, spiritual path is wonderful, let us go on the spiritual path. And we meet nice people. People will listen to us. People will care for us. And some come because of their mind. The mind is full with so many desires. They come on the spiritual path to cleanse themselves, to purify themselves, to challenge that mind. But very often the desire of the mind is so strong inside of them But they prioritize that desire over everything else. They will stay on the spiritual path for some times and they leave. They don't understand, really, the beauty of the spiritual world. So that we meet on a daily basis, people like that, you know. But does that truly make us happy? Does it make us happy for just one day being in the ashram to celebrate and being happy only among the family to celebrate just for one day? That is our life? It is not. Just by changing on the outside doesn't change anything. By doing something only on the outside, nothing changes. Not because everybody is wearing a tilak, everybody have to wear a tilak. Not because everybody is wearing a certain kind of clothes, everybody had to wear a certain kind of clothes. It's not by copying, like I was saying yesterday, that we will be ourselves. You see, you have listened to many satsang. You have seen through many teaching itself what the Guru gave. Why? You know, there's a bit of a story which somebody have read about it some time back. A man was walking on the street. As he walked, he fell into a pit, in a hole. No? He fell into a hole. And he fell into the hole and he was screaming. A doctor was passing by. The doctor heard him screaming down there. He wrote a prescription and threw it down. Then a priest was passing by. A priest passed by, hear him screaming. He wrote a prayer, put it down. Then somebody was passing by, a friend of his, an acquaintance of his. He saw him. He called for him. He said, "Help me." And that guy jumped into the hole himself. Then he said, look at him and said, "Are you such a fool? You jump into that hole which I am trying to go out. And that friend said to him, "Well, I jump into the hole because to explain to you will be of no use. I jump into this hole so that I can bring you out. I also fell into that hole once, and I know the way out of it." So it is the same thing with life itself, you know. Everyone is in the same position, you know. The human being is in that hole, in that pit, where there are rules by the mind, by the intellect, by the body. Many will come. Your parents have come in your life, they have guided you. Your friends have come, they have guided you. But who will jump inside? Only those who have gone through that, no? So the Guru come into your life, that yes, what is the aim of the Master? What is the aim of the Guru himself? Jesus is such a beautiful figure, you know. He came to liberate the soul. He came to save the people. Krishna have come have given the Gita to elevate the consciousness of man. The Guru come into this reality which you have put yourself. He choose to come to remove you from that. But do you want to be removed from that? Do you want to attain a certain happiness which is everlasting happiness? Everlasting happiness doesn't mean that once you die, then you'll be eternally happy. This is an idea which they have been fed, you have fed your mind with, everybody else before have fed your mind with, that yes, you will be saved after you die. You will go to a fantasy heaven after you die. Who cares after you die? You're dead. When you are alive, Bhagwan who reside in heaven, which reside inside of your body itself, you have not meet him. Do you think when you die you will meet him? When consciously have given you a mind, a body and a soul to realize him, but you have not prioritized him, you have prioritized the world, you have prioritized everything else above him. Do you think you will meet him? If being alive you have not meet him, in death you will meet him? If by being alive you have not meet Sriman Narayana, inside of your heart, inside of his creation itself, do you think after you die you will meet him? You will not. The beauty of this human incarnation itself, is that you can realize God when you have life inside of you. After his death, you can't realize him. After his death, you can't find him. And when you have to take that opportunity to be happy, only when you're dead? No, only when you're alive, you have to be happy. Happy for this life itself, happy for each moment. You can't be happy for each moment. At least try to find that happiness. Tread the journey towards that eternal happiness itself. Make use of this living being which you are to attain to that state. And it's not only in one day to be happy. Happiness should be each moment of your life. Happiness have to run to you wherever you are. Happiness should be when somebody look at you and said, I want that happiness. I want what that person have. Even if they can't have it, even if they're challenged to it. Like I said yesterday, knowledge is important. What you can give to the people, you can't give that happiness to somebody. This is a foolishness that somebody said, I give you that happiness. No, you can't. You can become happy for yourself. When you are happy for yourself, automatically you will be happy. If you think, but yes, I want to make everybody happy. Somebody wrote to me in online darshan yesterday, I was looking. I want to make everybody happy. I said, first, before you think of making the whole world happy, make yourself happy firstly. If you change, the world will change. But if you yourself are miserable, what to make people happy? You see, water. Where water is more important? when you are surrounded with water or in the desert. You know the value of water only when you are in the desert. No? If you're surrounding with water, that water doesn't have that value. The same, if you're surrounding yourself with miserable people, do you think you will understand if you yourself is miserable and all around you are miserable? Do you think you will understand what is happiness? Impossible. Very often I have heard two people say, some time back I was reading an article actually. Two persons jumped from the San Francisco Bridge. Two youngsters, 16 and 14 years old. They jumped and committed suicide. Don't remember much of this article actually. But looking at that, okay, what we attract. Very often when we are miserable, we attract the same kind of people. When one is miserable, he will attract another miserable person. Two miserable persons come together, doesn't mean happiness will be the outcome of it. They will fill up the misery of each one and make that misery more stronger. That's what pushes people to kill themselves afterwards. Because they have not understood the importance of life itself. And of course, you see, once you are into that, like I said, the mind people, who is ruled by the mind desire, dictated by whatever the mind is dictating to them, and they follow it, they will listen to it, they run behind it, they think about it. Do you think one will be free? One will attain to that joy? That one will attain to that happiness? Look at yourself. When you are longing only for one day of happiness in a year, which state are you in? We on the spiritual path say no, it should not. Life is a celebration itself. Each moment of your life is a celebration. Because for us it's not once you die, then you will go and meet God. Bhagavan Krishna said, no, I am the one which dwells inside of you. Which means every day we meet Him. Every day we can encounter Him. Every day we can see Him. When we dive inside of our heart, feel that joy, feel that happiness, feel that love that He has put inside of us. It's not outside, it's inside. Then each moment of your life become a happy moment. Each moment of your life become a celebration. But what we do? We go to a miserable person and ask that miserable person, can you share my misery? And the person said, I am already miserable. I will share my misery also with you. And then they both share their misery. Do you think two negative persons come together? Positive, it's not mathematics. Minus and minus become plus. No. If you want to awake, you want to transform, you want to be joyful, truly, look inside of you. The outside is one thing. It's beautiful. At least you have made the first step of that. You have changed your clothes, you have put decoration on your face, and you have made yourself It's nice, because you don't know when Bhagwan will come in front of you, and then you're ready for him. And this is also one thing, once I was looking at an old lady, and the way she was looking at Lord Krishna, deity, with such admiration. I was by the side looking at her. And you see, the beauty of how she was looking was not just that. She have decorate herself nicely. But you can see she was not looking only at the deity. You can see and feel that she was looking at Bhagwan himself, And inside her soul was asking, my Lord, my beloved, when would you come? She had beautified herself, not only on the outside, but her inner beauty was shining through her. And I was looking at her, said, wow, she had beautified herself on the outside also because of her longing for her beloved. The same in the Gopi Gita, you see how the Gopi was decorating themselves. But it's not just to decorate yourself on the outside, you see. That longing must be there. If you just doesn't have any longing inside of you, don't feel that love inside of you, and say, yes, I love God, I love Krishna. The tongue can say many things. Then you will come for a short time and then you will leave for a short afterwards. Because inside there is not that yearning inside of you. Your soul doesn't yearn for that true happiness, Only the outside. Outside you can put a show. But doesn't mean it brings us to our aim of life. Doesn't mean that true joy and true happiness will awake. So that is to be think about, You want to be happy only for one day? Oh, you want to be happy every day, which God have graced you, That is a grace itself, Life is a grace itself. Each moment that you spend in remembering Him is a grace itself. And you can't remember Him being miserable, You can't remember Him being... Bhagwan will look at you and say, oh, this one is miserable, I will go to him and love that person very much. Huh? No. There must be this sincerity inside of your heart, If you are sincere, you will see that you don't need to do much. Everything will flow naturally and normally to you. But if there is no sincerity inside of your heart, you may try and try and try, nothing will happen. So, be sincere with yourself. Be sincere on your spiritual path. And of course, it's not just a press of button, say, yes, I will be sincere from now on, no. But you have a heart, no? What have brought that change inside of you? It is not outside. What have brought you on the spiritual is not the outside. It is what you hold inside of you. And Bhagwan is eternally waiting for you. So make that each moment of your life is a life of celebration. Each moment of your life is that reflection of that love that you have. Then what I mean by the reflection of that love doesn't mean that everywhere you have to go and pretend to smile. No. Love doesn't need that. Doesn't need that expression of hypocrisy on the outside, Very often you see that, People pretend to smile when they really don't want to smile. It's fine, don't smile, But let that joy reflect for you. You're on the spiritual path. You're on the path of bhakti. This have to shine for you. Each moment have to be a happy moment. So, Jai Gurudev.